Hello and welcome to your daily love message from your person. My name's Liz and this is Guided by Angels. And I'm going to bring in 2 decks of cards today from the amazing Mystic Moon. We're going to bring in the Twin Flame Journey messages and the Twin Flame Journey messages too. So let's see what they want to say to you right now, what's on their mind, what's going on. And if you would like a personal reading with me, you can reach out to me at guidedbyangelsreadings@gmail.com. Now, what a powerful reading earlier. If you haven't watched it, please go and watch it. It will blow your mind. God himself is saying to you today, get excited. And God is saying to your person, I need you to get excited about life again. I need you to. What you're doing, shaking the tree. You know, God is shaking their tree, especially if they aren't doing anything or they're just staying stagnant. God is saying, I need you to be excited about life. That's why you come to earth, to experience love and joy and thrive. And that's what they want you to know. So it's so important right now you trust the process. So what does your person want to say to you today? What's on their mind? What are they going through? What's on their mind? What do they want you to know today? What are they going through? Not many cards coming out, but I feel they will be potent ones. So I'm going to start with these 2. First one is, if I knew then what I know now, I would have made different choices. So they may feel like they've made the wrong choice. They've made bad mistakes, big mistakes. If I knew then what I know now. So they've done a lot of healing, a lot of introspection, a lot of reflection. They've grown up a lot. They've realised a lot. They've gone through epiphanies. So saying, I know now what I would have done. But then I had to go through those lessons. So again, it's about growth. It's about the way we grow up spiritually, the way we become more in tune with ourselves. So they weren't ready then. They may have wanted to change things and do things different, but they had to go through specific experiences. So I feel this is them apologising to you for the things they did, the choices they made, especially if they made you feel like you were second choice or you didn't matter or you were an option. They never wanted to make you feel that way. So they're saying, if I knew then, back then, whenever it was, whether it was yesterday, a week ago, or 30 years ago, if I knew then what I know now in this moment, I would have done it differently. But again, you're being reminded to know that everything has to happen that way for learning and growth. So they are well aware of something that they could have done differently. And they want to make up for that now, which is the most important thing, because we can't turn back time. We haven't got time machines, but we can make it better now. And that's really what they're saying. I want to make it better now. I want to make up for the past. I want to show you now that I'm well aware of what I've done and what I can change now. And I want you to know I've grown up spiritually, that I am aware that you matter to me, that I'm sorry I did that to you. And I feel this as you knowing that if you feel like they made a bad choice or a wrong choice, they know they did. That's how they feel. However, every bad choice, every bad decision brings with it growth and learning and healing for the both of you. So again, there is not really any bad choices or bad decisions because it always leads us where we're meant to be. I wish I had told you how much you really meant to me. So again, what I'm connecting with here is they made a decision in the past to either walk away from you before they told you how they feel, or maybe they didn't tell you how they felt, or they hid those feelings, and that's something they also regret. So this could well be the choice they would have made differently. If they could go back in time, they would tell you how much you meant to them. They would have made that choice because they're saying, I wish I'd told you how much you really meant to me when I had the chance. I would have made a different choice if I could go back and do it now. So really what they're saying is, I do feel I've made some bad decisions or made some wrong choices. I intend to rectify that. And I want you to know now how much you mean to me. And you meant everything to me then. You still mean everything to me now. But I'm going to make these wrongs right. So I definitely feel they've been reflecting on all of this, coming to, these conclusions and making new choices and new decisions. I just wasn't ready for you. So this really is about the past, this reading. It's about why they did the things they did, that they will feel they need to rectify now. They may feel really guilty about it. They want to apologise to you. They want you to understand in this reading, I feel, why they did the things they did, so that when they do come back to you, you're going to be more open to listening to them, to receiving them, to not perhaps holding a grudge, it's like they are saying, please recognise before I reach out to you that I'm sorry for everything I've done. I just wasn't ready for you then. I had to learn, I had to go through growth. And making those bad choices or making those bad decisions was all part of it. And you know that too. Think about how you grew from their bad decisions or their bad choices. How you got stronger from perhaps feeling like you weren't important because you had to make yourself priority. And you learned to work on self-love, and you went through a dark night of the soul to value yourself more and respect yourself more, to trust your intuition and the knowingness that you know how they feel about you, because you've always mattered to them and they've always cared about you and they've always been in love with you, even if they've hid it or denied it. So I just wasn't ready for you. Why? Because the love is so intense. It's unlike anything they've ever experienced before. It's different, it's new, it can be very challenging and scary, and they weren't ready for you then. So this is them saying, if I could go back in time, I would do it differently. But really, even if they did go back in time, they couldn't really change anything anyway, because back then they weren't ready for you. So I feel this is them saying, I am ready for you now. I am ready. Something is still missing for me and I'm trying to figure out what that is. So this is you. The thing that's missing in their life is you. The thing that's always been missing in their life is you, Divine Feminine. And they know that something is missing for me. I'm still trying to figure out what that is. So they're still figuring things out. They're still figuring this out. So it's not like they are absolutely ready to come and tell you everything and say, hey, this, and this. They're still figuring it out. So they still need a little bit more time. What I feel is, in this reading, it's like they are helping, like I'm helping them in a way, because they want you to forgive them and allow them back in when they come forward. So it's like they are sending this message through me to give to you, to say, please realise and know I'm going to make it right. That I just wasn't ready for you, and this is what I'm figuring out. That I've always felt that something was missing, and I know that was you, but I also made bad decisions that I wish I could change, but I do understand on some level that if I could change them, would I really want to, when I learnt what I learnt and you learnt what you learnt, and it's all led to this point now, today. So they know in this moment now that something is missing for them, and they're trying to figure out what that is. Now, obviously, you're the missing piece of the puzzle because you're part of them, but I feel also there's other things. So they could be thinking, I feel like I'm missing out on something in my career, or I feel like I'm missing out on something. So there's also other things they're coming to the conclusion of, like maybe they want to travel or they want to do other things. And these are things they're going to tell you about, because you're very likely going to be doing them together. They're saying, if I wish I'd told you how much you mean to me. So they want you to know today that you mean a lot to them. Come on, of course you do. They're in love with you. They may not have told you that, but that's the truth. So never feel like you were a second choice or a second option or anything like that, because they know, I mean, you are their second chance at happiness, yes, especially if they miss the first chance with you or the 50th chance with you, but they're saying, I would have made different choices. I'm sorry if I made you feel like you were a choice. And it was also because it was very different, this love. It was different because I've never felt this way. I wasn't ready for you because it was different than anything I'd ever felt before, experienced. And I had to go away and figure out what that was. And that's really what they've been doing in this silence or this separation. They've been figuring it all out. The differences, maybe there are actual differences between you. So again, that could be an age gap. It could be a religious difference. You could be from different backgrounds. You could be different cultures. You know, there's many, many things and ways you could be different. And this is something they've also had to figure out. That may also be why they weren't ready for you, because perhaps they weren't ready to face other people in their life, like karmic partners or family or society, institutions. And they're saying, I am ready now, I'm ready. And I know that something is missing because you're missing. You're the missing piece of the puzzle. And that's what they're saying to you. So it's like if they could give you any sentence today, it would be that you're the missing puzzle. I've been trying to figure it out. You mean so much to me. I'm so sorry I made the choices I did and did the things I did, even though they had to learn. It was all because they weren't ready for you. and they wish they'd told you at the time how they really felt for you and what you really meant to them. But again, this is all hearsay, because we do know in spiritual truth that this is all well and good, but you can't change the past. And why would we want to? Because it's led you where you're here now. So again, it's about blessing the past. But I feel this reading is kind of like them easing you into a communication. You know, it's like they are saying, I am coming back and I am going to reach out to you and I am going to tell you how I feel, and I hope you know why I did the things I did. So yes, it was for learning and growth, but it was because I wasn't ready for you and I didn't know how to make a different choice. So they may have felt like in their mind, you know, a different choice wasn't possible because they felt railroaded into something, or they may have felt obligated to someone else or something else. So in their mind, they thought, I just can't do it. I just can't make that choice. I don't know how to, because they weren't ready. But this is all changing, and that's why it's so important, like we said in the early reading, that you trust the process, even if it feels like a roller coaster ride. I hope this helps. Have a great day, and I'll see you soon.